So now for the first time in a new regular slot, I've been joined on the phone by Mr. Pricewise himself, Tom Siegel. Tom, 2 winners flagged up in the paper on Saturday. The afternoon action must have made a pretty good viewing for you.
Well, it makes a change, Sam. It's been pretty tough this flat season on the heavy ground, but I don't think it didn't need a rocket scientist to find Il de Rey in the plate. You know, those Donald McCain horses, they keep on rolling, so that was good. And Marek, yeah, I mean, the draw probably helped him being drawn near that rail. It wasn't much of a race there on that heavy ground, but yeah, made a change. Nice couple of winners on heavy ground. It's not what I'm used to, really.
And the racing certainly came thick and fast on Saturday and on Sunday as well. Anything stand out particularly for you? Yeah,
there were a few. They were mainly abroad, actually, Sam. There was one horse of John Ox's that won the Curragh Cup called Hartani. He beat the older horses by a long way, by 5.5 lengths. He looked really impressive. He's only had 4 runs. He keeps on improving. The soft ground was no problem for him. I think he could be a Irish St Leger horse of this year, maybe a Melbourne Cup or an Ascot Gold Cup of the future. But if the ground was to get really bottomless at Doncaster as well, I wouldn't put it past him serving it up to Camelot if it was a really testing race. He was really impressive on Sunday, I think it was. I can't remember, but he beat the older horse Opera, a Midnight Soprano, in really good style. Stays really well, keeps improving, so he'd be one.
Hartani as they climb up towards the final 200 yards. Hartani is digging deep and now beginning to lengthen on, and Hartani will complete a hat-trick of wins in great style and win the At the Races Curragh Cup for John Ox and Johnny.
One in France that I liked, it was Ridacina for Michael Desangles. She won a Group 3 at Chantilly on Sunday, I think it was. She was even favourite that day, but she's unbeaten for Michael Desangles. She's by Motivator. She's one of those Aga Khan bred mares. Looks like she'll stay really well. She maybe go up in trip. She's only been running over 1 mile and 9 furlongs so far. I think she might have won over 10 on one occasion, but she won her Group 3 there in really good style. She's going places. I think she'll be a 1.5 mile filly. She could be sort of a Vermeil filly towards the back end. She did another one that I liked. And can't forget the jumps. Jumping at Uttoxeter on Sunday. There was the Summer Plate there. Really impressed with Emma's Legend for Susie Smith, ridden by the claimer Gavin Sheehan. She made all the running to win that race by 19 lengths in really good style. She's got some good form, actually. She's been running against some of the better handicap chasers, and in some of the better novice hurdles. She was 4th in the novice chase to Grand Cru over Christmas, the Feltham Chase. And obviously she's going to go up a lot for this. And often these summer chasers find it really hard when they get back against the other horses. But I was impressed with the way she did it. She's a bold front runner, gets out in front, jumped really well, kicked on again when the others came to her. So I think, you know, she might buck the trend there and actually win some of the good races. I wouldn't be surprised if a race like the Hennessy, if it was on good ground, might come into sort of her capacity next year.
On the run-in, Emma's Legend has done it the hard way from the front, had a clear lead, came back to the field and extended that lead again down the straight. A bold jumping, front-running performance from the mare, Emma's Legend, who wins the John Smith Summer Cup.
So a few names to write in the notebook then. Tom, before you go, I must ask you as well, what did you make of Camelot's performance in the Irish Derby?
Not much, to be perfectly honest. It was a race he couldn't lose. I didn't think. I'm dead against these 3-year-olds this year, Sam. I don't think they're any good at all. Camelot's obviously the exception. He's going to probably go the St Leger route. He'll probably win that, no doubt about that. But I think the 3-year-old colts as a bunch are a real miserable bunch. I was at Epsom for the Derby. Didn't like many of them in the paddock at all. Didn't think they were a great bunch. Camelot's obviously the exception. He might be very good, but the rest are really, really weak, I think. Winning that race told us nothing new.
And Camelot and Joseph O'Brien is going to stay on to win the Derby. For in second place, Born to Sea, then Light Heavy, followed in by a Keedmore Feed and Astrology.